What's up guys, it's me, Silvia Sanchez. I posted an Instagram and Facebook post telling you that I was going to do a Q&A video about myself. I think it's time for you guys to get to know me a little better. And so I am going to go ahead and answer your questions. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try and answer as many of these as I can. 69 Erica on Instagram asked, how do you guys come up with the idea of cooking for YouTube? Does Abuela live with you? I think I've said this in previous videos that I've done, and the way we got started was one day I was at my abuela's house and she was about to make some tortillas de harinas and we were all gathered there, and I said, could you show me how to make them? Yes, I know I'm gonna get slack for this, but I tried, before that particular occasion, I tried to make my own tortillas de harina. And I failed. They were always really hard and they looked like chupacabras. So I decided that I'd ask my grandma to help me out. And she's like, yeah, nomás échale esto y tírale esto y un montón y un puño. And I was like, and you know, to me, you know, I just couldn't really grasp that whole thing. And so, but now as time has gone by, I've learned what poquito de esto means, un puño de esto. So I think it's more in the practice of cooking. So my recommendation to you is, the more you cook a particular thing, the more in tune you will be with the seasoning of things. So back to my story, and I said, hold on, I want to record you, so can you wait until I go home and get my video camera? And she's like, no, ¿pa qué vas a grabar? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, please. And so I got in my car, drove all the way home, I packed up my camera and I left to her house. And so I was like, I'm just gonna record you, pretend I'm not here. I'm just gonna kind of be narrating what you're saying, so you know, if my kids watch it later on or something, they can understand it. I posted it on my Facebook and my friends were like, your grandma's hilarious, that video was funny, we want to see more of her. And so I asked her, hey, do you want to record another video? She's like, and we used to do one video every 6 months, then we did like a video every 3 months. Yeah, it takes some work and effort. So that's how we ended up on YouTube. Does Abuela live with me? No, Abuela doesn't live with me. She lives 25 minutes away from me. Lucky Charm 32 on Instagram. At what age did you want to learn cooking from either your mom or grandmother? My mom is another great cook, so when I was at home, I loved baking, so that was where my strong area was, what I thought was strong. I took a cooking class in high school and I enjoyed baking so much. I mean, I used to make apple pies from scratch, but you know, like as time went by, I went to college, I got my bachelor's, my master's, and so like, you know, when you're going to school, you don't really focus on the cooking aspect of your life, so I kind of let that go, and to this day I don't even remember how to make the dishes that I used to make back then. But as time went by, like, that wasn't my area of expertise, let's just put it that way. Alright, let's see. Love, Live, Laugh 82. Hey chica, where were you and Abuela born? Do you plan on having another YouTube channel in the future? Sending hugs and kisses from Denver, Colorado. Well, I was born in Hawthorne, California, by LAX. I lived in Hermosa Beach for a while, moved to Lenox, but I was born in Hawthorne, California. My grandma was born in Mexico, in the city called Purépero, Michoacan. Do you plan on having another YouTube channel? Not sure about having another YouTube channel, but I have been getting a lot of requests in regards to how I dress and certain things, certain makeup products. I never thought like what I wear was important to anyone or anyone cared, so I need to give that a little more thought. But you know, I don't mind sharing, you know, my outfits and stuff like that. So you know, it's something that I'm thinking about, maybe opening up at least another Instagram and see what happens from there. But I know that there's a lot of awesome makeup gurus out there already, and, you know, fashionistas and stuff. So, you know, I'll think about it, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe I will be doing more DIYs in the near future, just to add to that, because I mean, I do have my own personal, like, you know, ways I do things. So maybe I can share more of that, like DIYs and things like that. AMP Love on Instagram says, have you and Abuela thought about opening a restaurant? As a family, we have always thought about restaurants and opening up a restaurant. I remember having those conversations with my grandma and my uncles ever since I was a little kid. Everybody in the family knows how to cook like amazing, and everybody has like their own unique dishes. My uncle was a taquero in Tijuana. My abuela has, obviously, you know, she knows how to cook well. My mom knows how to cook amazing. My aunts and some of my uncles as well. So we always thought, man, we should open up a restaurant, but I know like there's a lot behind opening up a restaurant, so it's something that we constantly bring up, but like I said, it's not something that we're moving towards, but never say never. What are your views and beliefs on religion? I believe in God and I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I serve in my church. And I'm not ashamed to say that I love God. Alma Moncada asked, are the colorful flowers in a vase in your kitchen real? Always wonder. They look real. And so is Mona RZR. They both asked that question. So I do enjoy, obviously, fresh flowers like the ones I have right here. So it's half and half. Some days I'll have real flowers and some days they will not be real. But, you know, as long as they're beautiful and colorful, that's me. I love a pop of color, even in my clothes, or even if it's my lips or my nails or anything around. I just need a little bit of color in my life. Don't you? Patricia Alvarez on Instagram says, if Abuela is anything like other Mexican grandmas, she's probably extremely shy. So how did you convince her to do videos, and how does she handle it now? She is super shy. But once you get her talking, she just, you know, unleashes Abuela. So I didn't have to do a lot of convincing. I think once your comments started coming in and your cards and just the love that started exuding from social media, it did something in her. So I didn't convince her. You guys helped in unraveling who she was. So you guys have a lot to do with her coming out of her shell. So thank you. Isabel Trinidad, how did you and your husband meet? What's y'all's love story? Does Abuela ever get tired of recording? Love you guys. Okay, so that's 3 different questions. Well, he says it's different than what I'm gonna tell you, but I don't lie. We were in college and I had a psychology class, and he was also in that psychology class, and he thought he was cool and bad. And I remember sitting in class minding my own business trying to get my education on, and he would walk into the classroom pounding his big botas. He'd be like boom, 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 and I would be like, ugh. It was the last day of school and it was summer, and I was about to go to Michoacan for 3 months on summer vacation. You know, I remember turning in my final, and I was like walking on clouds, just waiting to hop on the plane and get my vacationing on. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, hey! And I was like, and I turn around and it's him, and I was like, nah! So he stops me, he's like, hey friend, and I was like, friend? And he's like, well, okay, so here's my phone number, call me if you want to hang out during the summer. And I was like, yeah, sure, of course. This is the part that he says is not true. I grabbed the phone number and I crumbled it up, tossed it behind my back, and went on with my life. All right, Melissa on Farm What's the most craziest thing you have ever ate is when I went to India, and they have these nuts, they call them betel nuts, like a sign of friendship or acceptance or something like that, is that you eat this nut. But, you know, I mean, every culture has their thing. I'm not gonna knock it or anything like that, but like, I did not like it. I chewed it up out of respect for their culture. It kind of tasted like gasoline. That was probably the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. Catalina Enriquez Tello, what dish doesn't your abuela like to make? My abuela says she's tired of all her dishes, so if it was up to her, she'd probably like be eating out all the time, like Chinese food and like tortas and all that. She just likes junk food now, so she hates anything that she makes, honestly, at this point. What do you do for a living? Well, I was a middle school teacher before I had my children. And once I had my first child, my daughter, I decided to stay home. I wanted to be the one to see their first walking steps, their first teeth blossom, the first one to hear them speak. I just wanted to see all the firsts. And so ever since then, I decided to be a stay-at-home mom. I substitute teach. I've been working at my church for a while now as well. So, you know, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I'm a busy stay-at-home mom like most of the stay-at-home moms out there. I do that. And now with YouTube, that takes a lot of my time as well. Okay guys, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for your support, for everything. We love you guys, and may God bless you. Bye. See you next time.